Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is my Thermaltake Core P5 build, and I recently added a Samsung 850 EVO SSD that you see here. And I still have my old Crucial MX100, and I have an M4 in the back of the case. And this is my C drive, my Samsung 850 Pro. I have always done benchmarks of my SSDs. Now that I have a new one, I thought I would do it again and do a comparison. What is key here is that I'm testing those SSDs in the same computer, the same hardware, and the same Windows installation. I'm going to run the benchmarks with a software I like, which is AS that you see here at the moment. And I'll explain in a few seconds why I like AS. So I'm posting now the specs for my M4. This is the SSD that we are currently benchmarking. And the bottom here, the bottom green bar shows the progress for the entire test. And the green bar above that one shows the progress for the specific test, which is at the moment flashing blue. So the flashing blue is what we see in the progress in the upper green progress bar. So my M4 is around 4 or 5 years old, and I've been benchmarking that drive a few times. Now we're going to verify those numbers with CrystalDiskMark in a few seconds. And this is CrystalDiskMark here on the right. So I like to compare the sequential read and write, because this is what the manufacturers give. So you can see the numbers match quite well. And now we'll see with Samsung Magician at 521 read sequential and 269 write, they match also. Now we will test the MX100, and these are the specs. The reason I like AS is also because it gives you the access time. You can see there access time in read and also in write. And you get the score, and I'll put the formula for the score that is used in the AS software in my video description. So the score, of course, is not useful when you compare different PCs. You have different hardware, but in the same PC, which is my case, I can compare the performance of one SSD to another one. So that you know, I also ran Sandra and 3DMark. I'm not showing the results here because I'm showing only 3 and not 5, but they were all consistent. So the test will be done here in a few seconds. You can see the score 746 overall. And now we will compare with CrystalDiskMark on the right. So you have here sequential read of 506 and 337 write, and that match very well with the AS results. And the Samsung Magician gives a 554 read and 337, that matches also. Now let's benchmark the Samsung 850 Pro. I'm not a SSD expert, but my feeling is that when you have Windows installed on an SSD, it's kind of difficult to have an accurate reading because Windows does tasks, as you know, in the background, and you're testing at the same time, read and write. So I'll just question the validity of the results you get with an OS drive. By the way, the 4K, of course, is the random read and write, but the AS uses 4K 64Q depth. So that you know, some software use only 32. I think that's the case for CrystalDiskMark, so you need to be aware of that. Now you'll see the access time will be here much lower than the Crucial drives at 0.05 read. That's excellent. Now we have again CrystalDiskMark on the right, sequential 534 and 488, and versus 527 and 466. For the AS, that matches also quite well. And Samsung Magician gave us 546 and 483. The last drive we will check is the 850 Evo. So as again, you see the specs here at the bottom. By the way, all the specs I wrote down are from the manufacturers, from Crucial for the M4 and the MX100, and of course Samsung for the 850 Pro and the 850 Evo. You will see the 850 Evo at the end. The results are similar to the 850 Pro, and that's due to the fact that the 850 Evo is 500 gigabytes. So you get a bit more performance than the 256 gigabytes drive. We will see in a few seconds the access time. Again, they're very good on the 850 Evo, comparable to the 850 Pro. I like the interface of the AS software. That's why I like to use it. Now we're done now with a score of 915, which is comparable to what we got for the 850 Pro. And here again, sequential, 513 and 474 versus 520 and 493. That's close between the two. Let's see what the Samsung Magician gave us, 539 and 503. That's close also. Now let's compare all the 4 SSDs side by side. Like I said before, the score is useful here because you can compare the performance of SSDs installed in the same system. So as you can see, the score for the 850 Pro and the 850 Evo are very similar. If you look at the top left, the M4, that is a mystery. And if one of you has the answer, the specs for the M4, if you Google it, the read is 415 megabytes per second. And I've been doing this test for years and I get always above 500. In this case, we got almost 514 megabytes per second, which is above specs. That is a mystery to me, like I don't know why. And again, if you have the answer, please let me know. So I like the AS software, and as you saw, the results are similar to what you get with CrystalDiskMark or Samsung Magician or Sandra or 3D Mark. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video of comparing SSDs again on the same hardware with the same Windows version. I did not cover IOPS. That would be too long here. That was not the goal. Plus, you get the specs mainly in sequential read and write from the manufacturers. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you soon on my channel. Have a great day. Goodbye.